campus, apart from my holidays, is one of the favourite weeks of my year. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet people who are putting financial instruments into practice, and above all, to hear from them, to hear what they can't do, what they don't think they can do, what they don't understand, and we can take that on board and help them to make financial instruments successful on the ground across Europe.
Financial instruments is a good way to use public funding. They are revolving, so you have public money going out there and working for you in the society. So you need public funding sometimes to bear the risk. But after it has done its thing out there, it revolves and goes back. So from a taxpayer's perspective, it is a good way to use money compared to grants, which is one-way ticket out. This event gives me inspiration. I like being here. This is the second time. I was here at the FI campus in 2023 as well. And this year I feel more of the community building.
So FI campus, I like it very much because it's different every year, and it gives us the energy, and at least to me, the energy to continue my work for the next year. End of 2022, the level of implementation was quite good, so we are hoping to have a full implementation by closure. And for the new programming period, we have the planning, which is at around 18 billion euros. We are quite happy, mainly because the allocations for energy efficiency doubled compared to the programming period 14-20. And also the allocations for SMEs and innovation is quite significant.
There's going to be an ever-increasing need for investment because of all these new priorities and these new challenges that Europe is facing. At the same time, we know that there's going to be less public funding available. So that means there's an obvious role for EIB and EIB Group to play in bridging that gap. Clearly, we will not be able to do it with our own funding. So our other role, of course, is to mobilize and bring in private investors. And I would dare to say that we are relatively good at that, and therefore, for sure, we will have a key role in this going forward.
Financial instruments are the vital elements of the support of micro, small and medium enterprises. When we implement financial instruments, we can do more with less, meaning that with the same amount of allocation we can have a greater impact on the economy, we can have a greater impact on the SMEs than in comparison, for example, to the grants.
The funds we receive through the financial instruments really help us kickstart the overall funding of the company. It was really the snowball effects. So we first received 55,000 that helped us receive other funds from other actors. We are now 20 employees, and we have helped 200 SMEs across France with their carbon emission calculation and reduction plan. This event is really interesting for us as SME to understand better the ecosystem, all the actors being there, all the instruments that exist. It was really eye-opening for us.
If it wasn't for cohesion policy, there would have been a massive fragmentation. Let's just think of what would have happened if the funds, the 23 billion that were reprogrammed, were not reprogrammed, and what kind of collapse there would have been in the European society, in the European health, in the European economy, in the follow-up of COVID. Just for that. But of course, the purpose of the policy is long-term development, and it has worked.
When I look back to what we have done in the last 5-6 years, I very much agree with Commissioner Ferreira. The response to the pandemic by the European Union was the right one. We managed to protect our economy, but also to protect our social infrastructures, and that was thanks to cohesion funds being repurposed. Of course, the new instruments like the SURE mechanism to protect jobs through short-term work schemes, and the Recovery and Resilience Facility, which is also a great success. So sometimes, we're very timid when we're talking about our own strengths in Europe. This time around, I think we got it right, and going forward, we should learn this lesson.
We've just presented a showcase award, to the Slovak Investment Holding for their affordable housing project. This is a brilliant project that provides affordable housing to vulnerable groups. Groups such as people with alcohol problems, people who have suffered domestic violence, and also Roma people who are subject to horrible discrimination in many parts of the EU. This is really cohesion policy working on the ground, but working through financial instruments which provide more sustainable solutions to problems that citizens face in their daily lives.
It is this network of people that makes Europe and that makes so many people outside be dying literally now in the attempt to join us, in the attempt to be part of this community. And I think we are an inspiration, and I hope we keep being an inspiration to make the world a little bit better.